that took place in that church just breaks our heart. And this was an evil act of aggression. I don't know what was on the mind or the heart of the man who committed these atrocious crimes. And in times like these, in times of great national mourning, people of faith, all of us must come together. I know that your hearts and prayers are with the families and with the pastor who lost their. Let's hope it never, ever, ever happens again.
All right, folks. Jeb Bush, and Jeb Bush not taking the advice of our next guest, Roger Simon, co-founder of PJ Media, award-winning novelist at pjmedia.com. You could check out PJ Media's Diary of a Mad Voter. Roger, you wrote a piece once urging Jeb to leave, and then you wrote another piece saying Jeb's not taking my advice, and there he
Wouldn't
is.
you know?
He's staying in the race.
What a fool! But anyway, he's staying in the race. He sounded good in that.
Yes.
You know, it's all boilerplate. It's a horrible thing. You know, in my deep dark past, I was actually a civil rights worker in the civil rights movement in South Carolina.
Interesting.
You know, and my best friend in kindergarten was a guy named Andrew Goodman.
Oh, wow.
If that means it should mean something.
Absolutely.
Mississippi burning.
Yep.
So I mean, I knew a lot of the people. I mean, I knew Stokely Carmichael and all those people.
Well, don't you know though that the Jews only got into it for their own selfish reasons? I've heard that bandied about.
Of course. You know, I've heard that lots. You know, the truth of the matter is, people do things for selfish reasons. You do things. I mean, I did it in part for I was certainly a supporter of the civil rights movement in that time, but I also did it because I wanted to seem like a good guy. So what?
Yeah, no, absolutely. but all right, let me ask you this. So now we have Hillary coming out, and you know, oh, this is evil. It represents racism, racist past, blah blah blah. It shouldn't fly anywhere. And even Paul Begala, which I was shocked he was even asked about it by I think Chris Cuomo on CNN. Isn't she going to have to answer for the fact that it flew over the State House in Arkansas while her husband was governor and he signed into law Confederate Flag Day? I mean, shouldn't imagine if it was Carly Fiorina's husband who was governor of a state and he signed Confederate Flag Day into law. Wouldn't the media be all over that?
Oh, they'd be over it like, you know, the wet towel of all time. But you know, the sad thing is, the real sad thing, forget the political campaigns, is racism was declining and has been for years. It's not the same country when I was a kid in 1966 in South Carolina. It's totally different. Totally. But everybody, a lot of these people have what I call in my forthcoming book, nostalgia for racism. That's really what it is. They want to bring back racism for their own.
You mean like Obama and Hillary?
Yeah, all of them. The whole Democratic Party wants to do that because they depend on it. But other people too. I mean, it's just awful. You know, there was a great interview with Morgan Freeman years ago, which he went back on, in which he said, if you want to end racism, just end it. Call me Morgan and I'll call you Mike Wallace. He was talking to Mike Wallace.
Right.
That's it. There's no mystery to it. You don't need to have 100 conferences.
Do you believe there's still so-called institutionalized racism? See, to me, that implies state-sanctioned. Maybe,
yeah.
And
no,
of course there's not.
There's not at all. Are there still racists? Of course. Will there still be racists in the year 3040? Yes. Because there are bad people in the human race in every country on planet Earth.
And by the way, Roger, in every race there are bad people who are racist, right?
In every country, every race, every religion, every.
Yep.
There's bad folks. Now, they should be stopped, and they have to be stopped. But the United States has done a magnificent thing in doing away with racism. And all this endless talk about let's have another conference. A conference on racism increases racism.
Yeah. All right, question, real quick. We got 30 seconds, literally. Bobby Jindal, what do you think?
Sorry, but going nowhere. I hate to say it. Nice man.
Yeah, well, I met him and heard him speak the other night, and very, very smart, brilliant man. But we'll see how much traction he gets.
Would he be a good president? Yeah. Is he going to be one? No.
Yeah, I got you. All right, Roger. Good to talk to you again. Always good to talk to you. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Daily Rap co-host Rick Unger, because their show follows ours. What's ahead, sir?
Thanks, Steve. Tonight on The Wrap, does the FBI have files revealing that close family members of Valerie Jarrett, the senior White House aide and the president's top confidant, were, quote, hardcore communists? So says conservative watchdog Judicial Watch. And if true, should this have any impact on Jarrett's role in government, given that she's not been similarly accused? We'll dig into the details tonight. Then, a look at whether South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley's decisive and widely praised action in addressing her state's Confederate flag issue will vault her onto the short list of potential 2016 GOP vice presidential candidates. We'll have that and much, much more tonight on the Daily Wrap, immediately following the Malzberg Show here on Newsmax TV. Be sure to join us.